5 easy checks. My chickens molting or mites? Chickens, poultry, molting or mites? Chickens molting or mites. As a general rule, chickens molt naturally once a year in stages of hard molt and soft molt. If you find skin damage or eggs that would indicate mites are causing the loss of feathers. When you have chickens, you know that there is a lot of work to keep them healthy and fit. You need medication, vaccination, proper feeding, and cleaning techniques to help them increase their number by laying more eggs and thriving the way you want them to be. Chickens molting or mites? As a general rule, if you're having some molting problems with your chicken, the first sign that something might be wrong is if there are signs of mites or lice, such as decreased activity and dirty vent feathers. Other possible indicators include pale combs, feathers, appetite changes, weight loss. If these issues continue for an extended period, it could mean the bird has a feather pulling disease, which can lead to other diseases in chickens, including avian tuberculosis. Chickens molting or mites. But just like other occupations, there are also some professional hazards when you rear chicken for breeding, laying eggs, or just as a hobby. Of course, the most annoying and teasing thing for both chicken and the owners is to see the feathers of the chicken gone for a substantial amount in just a matter of the night. Chickens, poultry, molting or mites. The most common reasons behind the feathers falling off are molting or mites. So let's discuss these two menaces separately. When a new owner looks at the sight of molting chicken, he or she will get frightened to the bones as what the crazy disease has infected the flock. Well, it is not a thing to get afraid. The molting is a biological process. Just like in the autumn, the trees get rid of their barren leaves the same way chickens get rid of older feathers to get the new ones to stay fit and healthy. It is a seasonal process triggered by hormones in both male and female chicken. When the environment starts changing and seasons get towards a little cool, the hormonal change in a chicken will start the molting or feather shedding process. Chicken molting or mites. The molting will start from the head of the bird of both males and females. Mostly the bird starts shedding feathers from the head towards the body, and at the end, the tail gets free from a load of old feathers. During the molting process, the hen decreases the number of eggs or, in some cases, stops laying eggs, and the plumage grows out of the skin to make the chicken look like a bird once again. What does molting mean for chickens? Molting is the process of giving off old feathers to allow new plumage to grow back and make the chicken look new once again. The molting process happens once a year, and there are various types of molting which are written below. Hard molt. When you see a lot of feathers in the coop, it is a sign that your chicken has started molting. Both males and females will start looking bald and featherless with various bald patches and exposed skin in a matter of days. This process is triggered by hormones and is referred to as hard molt. Soft molt. When the tail is mostly missing and there are no substantial bald patches on the bird's body, it is called a soft molt. This type of molt doesn't make the chicken suffer from complete baldness. Mites, fights, and stress are some of the various reasons for a soft molt. You must look for the signs and symptoms of soft molt and try to eradicate the factors that have caused soft molting. Forced molt, the most inhuman practice banned in the European Union but still in practice in most of the areas of the world, is called forced molting. This is the technique of forcing the chicken to start molting by giving them stress to stop feeding them or not providing them water for days. The commercial producers use forced molting to increase the egg-laying span of the chicken. This process may kill many birds by weakening their immune system, but it still seems profitable to some inhuman farmers. 5 reasons that chickens molt? Molting is a natural process that occurs a minimum of 1 time a year. The molting starts with the changing weather, and hormones trigger the falling off of feathers. This feather shedding process has various types and different factors that start molting in chickens. Let's have a look at these factors and reasons as to why chickens molt. Renewing plumage. The old feathers and covering of the chicken cannot provide insulation to the chicken body. The change in weather triggers the natural response of the chicken body to shed the older plumage and uneven feathers. The rusty and unsettled feathers are shed down to allow the new and beautiful ones to grow and provide perfect protection against winter and cold situations. Reproductive rest. Chicken starts molting at a certain time of the year. During this process, hens stop laying eggs, and roosters give a break to their reproductive sprees. So when molting starts, all the reproductive organs of the chicken take some rest and get ready to keep working for the rest of the year. Stress. If the chicken is under stress because of extreme noise, fear, or uncertain condition in the coop or at the farm, they will start losing feathers, and you might consider it as molting. Molting is different from stress feathering. The whole body feather shedding is molting, and various bald patches could be stress or some other reasons that might have triggered it. End of the broody cycle. When a chicken gets free after rearing the clutch to make them independent, the molting will make it possible for them to get ready for another brooding spree. Molting will provide rest to the chicken's body and make it ready to go for the same incubating process of the clutch once again. Diseases and parasites. Like other animals and birds, chicken can also fall prey to various conditions and get infested with different parasites. Mites, we will discuss mites later in the same article, are also an important factor to cause molting in chicken. Various diseases and mites can trigger bald patches and molt in the chicken without this process. You can use medicine and different techniques to protect your chicken from the harmful effects of pests and diseases. Darlene and I have lived on a 500-acre farm. We lived there raising our 3 children and 6 foster children. On that farm we and our children raised rabbits, chickens, hogs, cattle, goats. You all posts.